Hi, I'm Bryan Orander with Charitable Advisors. Over the last 5 or 6 years, we've helped more than 40 organizations through leadership transitions, and I'm excited to tell you about the succession planning that we've been doing through our group consulting format. We did the first session this last fall, and I think probably one of the best ways that I can convey to you whether this would be a good match for you is to tell you a little bit about the 5 organizations that participated. We had 2 organizations that brought a board member and the CEO, and we had 3 organizations that brought the CEO and a COO or another key staff member. Of the 5 organizations, only one had a retirement imminent within the next year or year and a half. Another was planning on retiring over the next 2.5 to 3 years. 2 did not have any retirement plans at all, but wanted to explore how they could be sure that their organizations were ready, that they were prepared in case something were to happen or eventually retiring. The 5th organization had a founder who has begun transitioning but wasn't quite clear how they would make that move, and were anxious to kind of explore possibilities and begin thinking a little more deeply. So those were the 5 participants. Over the course of the 2 sessions, during the first session we focused specifically on the CEO and their role, looking at the emergency succession plans, then looking at staff contingency plans. We looked at case studies, we looked at best practices, we talked through personal experience of each of the organizations and kind of their organizational structure and how things fit together. So every organization got to learn from the other 4 in addition to my bringing my experience and background and, as I said, best practices to the equation. At the end of session 1, each of the organizations identified several things that they would do as homework before session 2. We then circled back session 2. We debriefed on the homework. We found out that when staff were talking about succession planning, contingency planning is a better term to use because succession planning feels a little bit threatening. So we had a format that I shared that they put together contingency plans for senior staff. And then we also spent a little bit of time talking about succession planning for the board and the board's role in supporting the organization over the long term. At the end then, again, each organization established the homework that they'd work on over the next month or 2, and each organization left then with a plan of action. So we got great feedback from the session. We're going to do it again in the spring. We're going to limit to just 6 organizations. So we've already had several organizations express interest. So if you're interested, I hope you'll go to the website at charitableadvisors.com under consulting, and you'll get your registration in. So I look forward to seeing you in the spring. We'll be meeting once in early March and then once in mid-April, and then it'll wrap up. So thanks.